All right, let's talk about something that's totally changing the game for sales teams. We're not just talking about some slightly better email assistant here. No, this is a fundamental shift. It's about rethinking the entire quote response process from the ground up. We're moving away from just using AI as a tool and into a world where it becomes the entire system. So what does that actually mean? Let's dive in.
I mean, does this sound familiar? Your sales team's inbox is just an absolute flood of emails. Requests for quotes are pouring in. Some are serious leads, others are, just kicking the tires. And right now, a person has to painstakingly sort through every single one. It's a recipe for burnout and, honestly, a ton of mistakes.
And that burnout, it leads to exactly this. Critical info gets typed in wrong. A really promising quote gets buried in the pile and completely missed. And the follow-up? Follow-up. It's all down to someone's memory or some clunky reminder system that barely works. This is that painful before picture so many businesses are stuck in. So, here's the breakdown of that old manual process. On the left, you've got the human-led workflow. Step 1, read the email. Step 2, decide if it's even a real quote. Step 3, manually create it. It's slow, it's linear, it's just clunky. Now, that AI native way on the right, it starts from a totally different place.
Okay, so how does this new system actually work? Well, it's built on 6 key pillars. Let's jump into the very first one, which is all about how this whole thing kicks off.
And right away, this is a huge change. There's no more manual qualification gate. The system doesn't sit around waiting for a person to say, hey, this email looks important. Nope. It assumes every single inbound email is a potential signal, and it just immediately gets to work. And here's how it does it, which is pretty cool. First, natural language processing, or NLP, scans the email to figure out the intent. Is this a quote request? Then, the AI acts like this perfect, tireless assistant, just pulling out all the key data points. We're talking SKUs, quantities, delivery details, you name it. And just like that, a messy, unstructured email becomes a clean, structured piece of data in the system. And the best part? No human had to do a thing.
Okay, so the request is in the system and it's all structured. What's next? Well, pillar number 2 is all about making a great first impression and giving your customer a way better experience right from the get-go.
The system's default setting is to fire back an immediate acknowledgement. Something simple like, hey, we got it, we're on it, you'll have a response within 15 minutes. Think about it. The customer is never left hanging, wondering if their email just vanished into the void. And the impact of this one simple step is just massive. First off, your unanswered rate drops to literally 0. The buyer instantly feels more confident that you're on top of things. But here's the most important part. This isn't about training your team to be better. It becomes reliable infrastructure. The system itself enforces this discipline automatically.
All right, on to pillar number 3. And this is where the whole model of how we work gets completely flipped on its head.
The key phrase here is by default. You really got to let that sink in. The AI isn't just a tool that a sales rep uses when they need a little help. No, it's the primary engine. For every single request that comes in, the AI proactively, without being asked, generates a draft response, builds out the quote, and applies all the right pricing.
And this really shows you that flip perfectly. We're moving from the old reactive model, where humans do all the work and maybe, just maybe, an AI tool assists, over to a supervisory model. In this new world, the AI does the work by default, and the humans, they provide the judgment. They're the ones approving, editing the tricky ones, and using their expertise where it actually counts.
Okay, so the quote's drafted, it's sent out. But what about that part of the process that, let's be honest, almost always falls through the cracks? Yeah, I'm talking about the follow-up. Well, in an AI-native system, following up isn't left to chance anymore. It's totally programmatic. That means the system itself owns the entire follow-up schedule. This is a key difference. It's not about sending reminders to a person to do the follow-up. The system is the one executing the follow-ups. So what does that look like? It means stale quotes automatically get a gentle nudge. It means escalation rules are built right in. And all of this happens with absolutely zero reliance on somebody's memory or trying to coordinate things in a messy chat app. It just works. Okay, let's get to pillar number 5. And honestly, this might be the single biggest strategic game changer of this entire approach. We're going way beyond just making sales reps a little faster here. Think about it. In the old manual process, all those small, low-probability quotes or just annoying little requests, they usually get ignored, right? Because they're just not worth the human effort.
But in an AI-native system, nothing gets thrown away. Every single inbound request is captured, it's tagged, it's categorized. And what's the result of capturing everything? Well, it's this. You literally convert all that chaotic email noise from your inbox into pure market intelligence. It becomes a clean, searchable signal of what your customers are actually asking for.
And that is why this is so incredibly powerful. You're not just making a sales process faster. You are creating a brand new, real-time data asset for your entire company. This is the kind of stuff that can guide inventory decisions, new product development, your entire strategy.
And that brings us to our sixth and final pillar. And this one is really about the core philosophy behind how this whole system is designed.
See, instead of just trying to force reps to be better, an AI-native system is designed from the ground up to remove human bottlenecks entirely. It gets rid of the friction points because it starts with a key assumption. Human brain power is a scarce, super valuable resource. It shouldn't be wasted on repetitive tasks a machine can do perfectly 24/7. And this definition right here, it just says it all perfectly. This is the new division of labor. The AI owns the whole workflow: detection, structuring, drafting, follow-up, and monitoring. And what are the humans doing? They're elevated. They get to focus on what they do best: supervising the system, handling the really tricky edge cases, and, most importantly, building actual relationships with customers.
So this brings us to the final, and maybe the most critical distinction of all. An AI-enabled solution is just a tool that helps a person who's still in control of the process. An AI-native system is fundamentally different. In this world, the AI controls the flow, and humans provide the judgment. That's the revolution. And that leaves us with a really important question you should be asking about your own business. Are you just bolting on a few AI features to your old, clunky processes? Or are you ready to fundamentally rethink how you operate from the ground up? Because the difference between those two approaches, well, that's probably going to define the winners and losers of the next decade. Thanks for tuning in.